Great progress has been made in understanding fish migration and the necessity for fish migration, and also kind of, if you will, the technological requirements to get a fish up and down an obstacle. Obviously, there is still a big lack of understanding, especially in the kind of newer emerging thinking about fish downwards passage, and particularly in areas that are not as well researched. And I'm thinking very much about tropical rivers right now. There are still a wealth of species which are not very well known to science. We don't know their requirements. We don't know how powerful of swimmers they are to get them up and down a technical fish pass or a bypass solution. We don't even know the abilities of, for example, a giant Mekong catfish to swim into a fish elevator or other device to migrate up or down to access habitats or spawning grounds. So in the absence of any knowledge there, we do see that it is a requirement to understand a lot more what these species actually need. Ultimately, it's the responsibilities of governments, of the host countries, to make sure that their assets, their freshwater assets, are intact. Obviously, these have the obligations also to feed their people, to give them energy security, to give them water security. But we do urge the governments and the responsible people to make sure that these choices are made not in a quick fix emergency type of fixing manner, but with a broader view, with a perspective view, and not to make decisions that have to be fixed very costly, if they're fixable at all, in a later stage. I want to stress first that mitigation comes pretty much at the end of the thinking. It is very important to start, before actually thinking about mitigation, to start thinking about avoidance. And if there are impacts or risks that cannot be reasonably avoided, then these should be minimized as far as reasonably possible. And only these, after avoidance and minimization, then we can think about mitigation of the residual risks and impacts. There are ways of mitigating risks and impacts. There is, for example, if we lose the connectivity in a river through a dam, there is a way of building fish passages. These are reasonably advanced in some regions, and for other situations not that yet. But it's always, probably not the best choice to go for mitigation. Actually avoid the risks first.